Everyone's doing well, and welcome back to another video. So this weekly outlook, I think finally has sort of set us on the right track with DXY. We had a very big sort of, I would say, somewhat of a frustrating period over this month, where if we look at this, the first weekly candle of March here, massive expansionary move without much ways to get in, and then the following 2 weeks were practically completely consolidation, and then even this week bit of a choppy manipulation, but we like to see this type of. I think that's an amazing weekly closure for us. I think it makes it super obvious that in the following week, as this week starts, first the week will be closing out March's monthly candle when the new new weekly candle opens within the first day, and past that will be starting April's weekly candle, right? So of course, as you guys can see, as we said, we've got that wick, we've come from that day weekly fair value gap, right? We've got that order block push up. Now I would like to think we are in the expansionary phase for DXY. Guys, recall we've been specifically watching this 4-hour accumulation, manipulation, distribution sort of day, right? This PO3 AMD, and now I'd like to think we're in that distribution phase, right? We've had that first sort of kick down. This wasn't very convincing, right? Just one big candle. But from there, you have a bit of chop, bit of a run up, and now we get this second leg, which was made on the Friday. This is more like, this is what we want to see. We've got a nice swing point in place. This is a sort of high that I wouldn't really expect to get violated, right? Something I would expect to hold, and most likely from this, we would be able to build a range to get a retracement off of. And then from there, we're looking for expansion lower, targeting sell side here, equal lows here, and of course, eventually down all the way to the lows. I think it's a pretty simple bias. We have a nice high in place that we can use to anchor, particularly in this range that's already made. We'd focus on this fair value gap, potentially the order block if we reach it. Past that, there's a likelihood that, maybe, or likely, price will kick lower, continue building that range, and then potentially retrace if it wants to. So just something to be on the watch out for. But aside from that, I'd say it's pretty simple to navigate. This 10-year, beautiful. As you guys recall, we said, we've hit that equilibrium, or rather we've approached it, and what we wanted to see from there was a big kick down, and now it looks like we have perfectly got that. If you guys see, this looks like very textbook market structure shift, right? So we've got the accumulation, we had that manipulation towards the premium, left this sort of swing low, price ran higher, then displaced through this. From here, I would only anticipate lower price in US 10-year. Very similar to the DXY. I think it's an amazing weekly close. It set us up for the following week to then go ahead and carry on the expansion this way, to then head for, these 3 weekly candles lows that sort of clustered together. Your GBP also very nice. Good weekly closes all around. Not often you get that, right? So cool. What we wanted to see was price hit this weekly order block, hit the weekly fair value gap, turn around. Amazing, done that. Daily chart as well, coming from a previous daily low sweep, hitting that sort of discount, hitting that high time PDArray, and from there we've got a big displacement here. From here, I would like to see price carry on. We do a little quick sketch, head into this fair value gap, and then expansion back to these highs. So that's the sort of thing we're looking for. Got a very big, nice fair value gap to use on Euro GBP. Anticipate that price will retrace to this, and from there we can push higher, head for. There's a bunch of buy side targets to pick off here. As we said before, this is sort of accumulation, manipulation, distribution play as well, and of course market maker buy model. Currently, bit of a kick down, right? Still, I'll be honest, not a crazy amount to talk about, but we've had that previous weekly higher sweep. Price has started expanding this way, and if price wants to continue lower, then it would make a lot of sense in regards to how the PDArray matrix is forming here. You've got the weekly order block, tracement back into this sort of big range. That was the kick down, and now from there we're gonna carry on and likely make another leg lower. We just have a quick look at the monthly. very ambiguous. There's nothing, it doesn't really make you favor one or the other side, I'll be honest. Perhaps if this wick had pushed higher a lot more, but the way it's looking now, especially on this daily chart, you know, printing these fair value gaps this way, I would favor lower prices on Bitcoin, especially in the short term. S&P disappointing. Only reason I say that is because we had somewhat of a bullish expectation that has been completely hammered through. As you guys can see, coming from this weekly IO Fed, right, sweeping the previous candles high and the other candles high, clear displacement off, very clear, right? Massive candle on the Friday to close, and of course you guys can see, wow, it's a little bit easier, bit of a, you know, again, AMD play where we had a little section of accumulated price action, then that sharp run above and even sharp below. So, you know, very similar. I'd be looking for lower prices there. I think price locked onto the sell side, you know, quite similar to that Bitcoin chart where we're sitting at the equilibrium. There's, you know, space to really dig deeper if we want to, and it does look like that's what price is going to do for the time being. So in the short term, the target is this. Once this has been swept, next sell side target potentially on the cards is this. If price really wants to keep digging, we'll mark this out for reference sake. We'll come out to the weekly, you know, there's nothing to suggest that we're going to be overly bearish and start pushing for, you know, this sell side, but rather I would just judge it. Once price has run that current low and that new monthly candle opens, likely will sweep previous monthly low. You want to see what price starts doing from there. If we sweep that previous monthly low, we might not even reach this sell side target, and you know, if you get some clear solid displacement, price may start its ascent back to these highs eventually. That is pretty much it for the weekly outlook. Quite a quick one there. I think, you know, it just goes to show when the read on price is easy, there's not a whole lot to talk about. So we'll come on to the economic calendar, the last bit. Now, this is a big thing. Times are back to normal for all of us UK guys. Your kill zones are back to 7 to 10 for London, 12 to 3 for New York, which makes things a little easier. I think it was really annoying having everything an hour earlier, even though this means an hour less sleep on, if it's tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night. So cool. Aside from that, we have JOLTS on the Wednesday. This will be a news event to watch for. ADP on the Wednesday, which is of course a precursor to NFP, and unemployment claims on the Thursday. All right. So of course the big mover of the week is going to be the NFP on the Friday. You know, as usual, guys, I think price is in a solid position, but NFP week can be funny sometimes. So, you know, just still tread carefully. You know, although we have a clear expectation, yeah, we want the DXY to, you know, run lower. There's nothing to say that, you know, as the week opens, that it doesn't sort of chop about a bit, especially because it has been a bit choppy recently. Hopefully it doesn't, right? But I'm just, you know, it's a word of warning before people get ahead of themselves, only purely because of how obvious I would say everything looks. You know, sometimes it can be a bit bait from the market, and if you take that bait, it's very easy for the market to hammer you out if you sort of marry that bias. So again, just wait on those normal things that we always wait for: the solid displacement, you know, clear direction, clear target, etc., whatnot. But yeah, guys, that is it for the weekly outlook. As usual, any questions, anything I can help with, just drop me a message or leave it in the comments below.